So, one thing every successful business owner understands is that short term thinking leads to long term failure when it comes to your business. Stick with me in this video. I'm going to explain the difference between short money and long money and how sometimes making the right decision can be really, really difficult, but it's so important. If you're new to the channel, my name is Seth. I cover all things business, personal relationships, and personal growth. So stick with me. Let's give your business a tune up. All right, so let's start off by defining the two terms short money and long money. Short money can also be thought of as short term thinking. Okay, so this would be like if you ever prioritize quick cash over long-term loyalty of a customer, knowing that you're cutting corners and you're providing a product that maybe isn't going to meet their expectations, and you know that this is going to be kind of like a one and done sale. In other words, you get that money in the short term, but whatever you're offering, your product, your service, whatever, you know is not up to par, and therefore you most likely are not going to have a returning customer out of that person. Okay, so this can be things like deceptive marketing, right? If you say your product can do a whole bunch of things and you know that it can't, like say it's software and you're like, yeah, I can do all this stuff, but you know it has a whole bunch of bugs and it barely works, and in reality you're just wanting to make the sale and push it out the door. Okay, so anything that's like cutting corners and stuff like that, that's short money. Long money, on the other hand, is a little bit harder to choose day to day, but it is all about fostering relationships and building a community, or building a bunch of return customers that value your product or value your service, because you know that you make the hard decisions every day to sometimes even say, this person is asking me for this thing, and I could pretend my service helps them out, even though I know it doesn't. Or I could be honest with them and say, you know what, right now, my product or my service does not fit your needs. However, it is in like the 6-month plan or whatever to fix the software, or to add that upgrade or add that option that will fit your needs. So I'd love to see you come back in 6 months and then try our software or whatever your product is. In other words, you're being honest with that person and telling them, right now, my service or my product does not fit your needs, and I'm not gonna lie to you. So therefore, you're missing the short-term money, hoping for it to turn into long-term money in the future. So just to summarize real quick here, short-term money feels good in the short term and it puts cash in your pocket. However, it's at the expense of building a long-term relationship. It's way better, and I'll explain here in a minute why long money ends up being more money in your pocket just further down the road. So now let's talk about why long money and choosing it specifically every day is the way to go. All right, so now let's talk about the 3 reasons that you should choose long money every single day. Okay. Number 1, your reputation is everything. Okay. You want to make sure that word on the street is nothing but positive about you and your company. Because if you burn a bridge, you're not going to have a chance to burn it again with that customer. And they are going to tell many, many people, and you're going to lose all those sales too. Okay. Number 2, plays into number 1. Trust is everything. So if you say your product is going to offer such and such a value and do such and such a thing for this customer, and it actually does, they are going to appreciate that, and it's going to help foster a relationship in the future that's built off trust. People are looking for long-term relationships with businesses, especially small businesses. They want to invest with their money in somebody that they can trust and that is accountable for their own actions and follows through on their promises. Okay. And that leads to number 3. If word of mouth travels fast and people are talking good things about your business, there is a better or a bigger chance that the word on the street will reach somebody who has the ability to perhaps make you a life-changing offer or provide you an opportunity that you would never have gotten if you were screwing people over, making short-term money, and burning bridges. Okay. So now let me tell you about a personal experience with my business and how I chose long money when it was a very difficult choice to make. All right. So I own a jujitsu academy, and it is all about fostering long term relationships, right? Side note, it takes about 10 years to get a black belt. Okay. So if I look at that, I potentially, if I treat these people right, I potentially have a customer for a paying customer for at least 10 years, right? That's a lot. I don't know of a lot of other businesses that have that potential when it comes to how long a customer is going to stick around for. Okay. So knowing that, that's long money. Okay. That's the long money idea. They're going to be around for 10 years spending money with me. Okay. So I did a workshop. All right. And I told everybody, this was like months in advance. I told everybody, all right, here's the price for the workshop. You have to pay in advance and there's no refunds. I specifically said there is no refunds. All right. I think the workshop was like $200 or something like that. Okay. So, right before the workshop was about to happen, I had a client or a student message me, hey, I have some personal things going on. I am not going to be able to afford the workshop. I would love it if you could refund me. Now, short term money would be me saying, no, go screw yourself. I said specifically that there's no refunds and I already have your $200. So, no, I'm not going to refund it back to you. Right. Long term money is understanding that if this person is having financial issues right now and I want them to stick around for 10 plus years, $200 is nothing, right? So if I were to refund them and say, hey, no problem, I understand, times are tough, here's your $200 back. One, they really appreciate it because they know that I said no refunds. Two, it puts more money back in their pocket to help them go through this hard financial time that they're going through. And three, it ensures if they make it through that hard financial time, that they're going to keep being a paid member of mine, right? If I screw them and say, no, I'm keeping your $200, I don't care if you're broke. And then they're like, well, I can't pay for classes either right now. So I'm going to have to cancel my membership. And then they fall out of the habit of coming to class and then they never come back. And then boom, yay, I got $200. But instead that could have changed. That could have turned into thousands, 10 years of growth, 10 years of them paying my monthly membership dues. So this is one of the reasons why it's very important to choose long money over short money, even though I got bills to pay too, right? You got bills to pay, oh crap, I got to pay my employees in 2 weeks or whatever. That $200 in my pocket would help me, but it definitely would not help as much as if I had that client or that customer for 10 plus years. All right, so now I want to hear from you all. If you've ever made the hard decision between short money and long money, please drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you and I'd love to have that discussion. If this video resonated with you, please share it with a fellow entrepreneur or a small business owner. I'd love to help them out as well. And please like, subscribe, bell notification, all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye.